Have you ever felt like you're just stuck in a loop? Replaying the same thoughts, the same reactions, day in and day out? Well, today we're going to pull a really powerful idea from a century-old classic, thought vibration, and see how it gives us a practical way to break free. The core idea is that our dominant thoughts really do shape our reality, and today we're going to learn how to consciously build new mental habits. Okay, let's get into it.
So why does this happen? Why do we get stuck in these loops? It's always the same worries, right? The same reactions, the same habits we really wish we could just break. Such a common feeling. And way back then, William Walker Atkinson noticed that a lot of us just kind of give up. We just think, well, I guess that's just who I am.
But here's the big idea at the heart of his work, and it's a game changer. You are not a prisoner of these patterns, not at all. You actually have the power to become their master. And look, this isn't just about thinking positive. It's a real learnable skill.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to unpack exactly why those old patterns feel so darn automatic. Then we'll get into a really powerful method for replacing them. And finally, you'll get a super simple practice you can use to start building a new mental habit literally today.
Okay, let's start by looking at this problem in a totally new light. Being stuck in a mental rut, it's not a sign that you're weak. It's just a system running on an old program. And you know what the good news is? Any program can be rewritten.
Atkinson was crystal clear on this. He said the ability to change isn't just some hopeful theory. No, it's a proven reality. It's been demonstrated by countless people who have consciously, deliberately reshaped their inner worlds.
So, if change is a real thing, how do we actually do it? How do we make it happen? Well, this brings us to Atkinson's central idea of developing new brain cells. Let's break down what that really means in today's terms.
What's pretty amazing is how ahead of his time Atkinson was. His whole concept of developing new brain cells is basically a perfect century-old description of what we now call neuroplasticity. The idea isn't just that our brains can change, but that they are always being reshaped by what we focus on. Every single time you focus on a thought, you're encouraging certain neurons to fire together. And if you do it over and over, they start to wire together, creating a new, well-worn mental pathway.
Atkinson used this really simple but powerful metaphor to explain it. Imagine your mind is a sheet of paper. Once you fold it, it just naturally wants to fall back into that same crease, right? That's exactly why old habits feel so automatic. That pathway is literally grooved into your mind.
And that same metaphor holds the solution. See, you don't fight the old crease. You just start folding the paper in a new way, deliberately, repeatedly, until a new, stronger crease is formed that becomes the new default.
This brings us to the core technique for making those new creases. Atkinson called it the law of replacement. And this isn't about using brute force. It's all about smart strategy.
So here's the key insight, and honestly, it's a foundation of so much modern therapy. Trying to suppress a thought, telling yourself, I will not feel anxious, it actually just gives that thought more energy. It's like someone telling you, don't think of a pink elephant. What do? You think of a pink elephant. The much more effective path is replacement. Instead of fighting anxiety, you actively cultivate its opposite, calm. By shifting your focus to what you want to feel, you literally starve the old thought of the attention it needs to survive.
But, a new thought is just the seed. To make it a permanent part of your mental landscape, you have to bring it to life through action. This is absolutely crucial.
See, when you hold a new thought in your mind, something like, I am focused and capable, it makes taking the next step, the action, feel so much easier. It's like you're greasing the wheels for what comes next.
And then, when you take that small action, it sends this powerful signal back to your brain, reinforcing that new thought. The action becomes physical proof that makes the thought feel more real, more believable, and way, way stronger.
And this is what creates that powerful feedback loop we're looking for. The thought inspires the action strengthens the thought, and before you know it, you've got this upward spiral that forges a whole new habit.
So let's see how this actually plays out in real life. Let's say you're feeling overwhelmed at work. Okay, replace that thought with, I am focused and capable, and then immediately act on it. Just tackle one small 5-minute task. That's it. Or maybe you're feeling irritated in a relationship. Choose patience instead and just take one conscious deep breath before you say anything. See, the action can be that tiny. It's all about interrupting the old pattern and kicking off the new one.
Okay, you ready to put this into practice? Let's walk through a simple exercise you can do the moment this is over to start building a new mental habit for yourself today. Here we go. It's a simple 4-step practice. Step 1, pick just one recurring thought you want to change. Step 2, define its positive opposite. What do you want instead? Step 3, choose one tiny, simple action that embodies that new thought. And step 4, the next time that old thought pops up, use it as your trigger, your cue to immediately pivot to your new thought and take that small action. That's it. You can totally do this.
All right, let's just lock in the key ideas from today so they really, really stick with you. Okay, first, remember your mind is not set in stone. It can be cultivated, you can actively shape it. Second, the strategy is replacement, not resistance. Nurture the new thoughts instead of battling the old ones. Third, action. Action is what forges a new thought into a lasting habit. And finally, and this is the big one, remember that the power to do all of this is already in your own hands.
Ultimately, what this is all about is a message of profound empowerment. You have the tools. You absolutely have the ability. You are the architect of your own mind.
If this resonated with you, you can keep exploring how to build your mindset with our next explainer. Or you can just dive right into the full Classic Mosaic Truth Series playlist. Thanks so much for joining me today.